Ito na kami silo-silo kapag ano, pag sakit na. Ano ba ito? So, kukunin ko din. Kaya treatment run lang tayo yung nakatawa. Kaya nga, nagpapalama ka ng ano, ng people. Ano ba, Jasmine? Anong klase na yun? Ayaw mo ng dinorado? Ano? Dinorado si... Alam mo, mayaman sa talong. Kami mga mahihirap, alam mo, hanapin mo yung dinorado at saka energy. Sino mga aming pinakakila kami mga lampas lupa pa sa sampano. Girl, ikaw, trabaho ka. Musika ka talaga. Ginagawa nilang opisina sa isang tao. Kasi ganyan yung di ba naman si Murphy Abulensya? Ito si Murphy Abulensya. Wala ka sa mga crush ko. Ay, hindi mo rin makita silang bigaw mo. Ito yung bigaw.
I don't think it's gonna be that hot today, man. Shit. All right, so my thing is, man, be competitive, bro. When I'm working out and I'm getting my six-pack abs back, you know, that means I'm competing, man. That means I'm trying to best the other man. You feel what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna stop and get some pizza, man, because I think we had a pizza fix this week. Shit, we're gonna have two. Fuck it. We're gonna have two pizza fixes this week. That's about it. But anyway, so yeah, so when I'm working out and I'm getting my six-pack abs back, that means I'm competing, man. You know, when I'm in shape and I'm at the best shape of my life, that means I'm competing. That's a form of competing, I hope you know. If you're working out in the gym, you're getting into shape, that means you are competing. Because you're trying to, like I said, man, you're trying to outbest the other man. You're trying to outdo the other man, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you out there making more money than the next man, when you're out there chasing the bag, you feel me? You're competing, man. You know? I'm tired today, man. Shit. You know? So a lot of cats gotta understand, like, man, this is a competition and you gotta compete. That means you got, like I said, you gotta work out, body fat percent is low, figure out how to make more money or get the bag or whatever. You know, every man out here competing with each other, man. What's up with it? You're competing, man. Like, guys who don't compete, they're just not gonna get a whole lot out of life, man. You know, guys who sit back and they complain and whine about the situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones who gonna never get much out of life. But if you out there, you chasing your dreams, especially when your dreams are leading to riches or whatever, you're competing, you know? And the guys who don't do that, either they're rich, they were born rich or something like that. You know, these guys, they don't really have to compete. Their parents is rich, you know? Their parents competed for them, you know? But if you broke, man, I'm sorry, man, you gotta compete. We all competing for the same thing, which is money and women. You hear what I'm saying? And some guys can't afford to, like, slack off. Some guys can't afford to, like, not compete. They're like, well, I give up, man. I don't want to compete. This is too hard to accomplish, man. This is too hard. I might as well just jack off and play video games for the rest of my life. Feel what I'm saying? I don't want to compete. It's too hard. That means I gotta be chasing the bag 24/7. You know, I gotta be on the bag chase for like 3 or 4 or 5 years. You know, I gotta compete. When you're trying to become an actor or whatever, you're playing the acting role, you're chasing the movie dream, you're chasing the acting career and shit like that. You're competing for that script. You're competing for that movie. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you're practicing your lines and stuff. You're trying to be the best that you can be. Be the best actor you can be. What's up with it? You know. You know, What's up with it? What's up with it, Captain Commander? Because believe me, other men are competing, bro. Like, dudes are trying to become something and they're trying to compete, with the other guys and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? You know. But guys who don't compete, man, I'm sorry, man. You're not gonna get a whole lot of life. You're just gonna, you know, you're not gonna get a whole out of life if you don't like compete. You gotta compete, man. On every single level too. You gotta compete. You know. That means whatever dream and goal you got, man, you gotta accomplish it, man. Persistence, bro. Persistence. That's what's gonna take to win the race, man. I think I'm dehydrated or something, man. Like chasing after jackpots, chasing after the bag, that's a form of competing. Complaining about the situation, man, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. I'm gonna stop and get something because I'm hungry, man. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta eat. I can't fast today. I gotta eat something. Come on, man. Really? You gonna be out here blowing that leaf blower? I hate leaf blowers, man. I hate the way they sound. It's gonna be a good day today. When I'm chasing after my dreams, trying to accomplish them, that means I'm competing. I'm like, fuck that, man. Shit. I'm gonna compete with these other motherfuckers out here. You feel me? When you finally make it in Hollywood, you're a highly competitor, bro. You're a dangerous competitor, bro. You get riches, man. You become dangerous, man. I see why guys go out and get it, though. I see why. They want to be at the top of the food chain. Because nobody wants to be at the bottom of the food chain, begging for scraps. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good, comfortable feeling to be at the bottom of the food chain, man. So guys get out there and they get that bag, man, because they feel like, I gotta get that bag. I want a better life, I want a better life. I don't want this crappy life. You feel me? I want a better life. I want a better something in life. A better girlfriend, a better looking girlfriend. Everybody want top shelf stuff, bro. You feel me? Everybody want the good shit. They don't want shit to come out the tap. Motherfuckers want top shelf everything. What's up, man? Good. We get two slices. Two slices.
Anything else?
That's it. And some cheese and peppers. Pepper, please. Thank you, man. Some cheese, pepper flakes. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man.
Anything else?
One more cheese. Thank you, man. Thank you.
That's it?
That's it. Have a good day, man.
Brother?
But the thing is, man, in this world, you gotta compete, man. Like, if you don't compete, man, you just gonna have a really fucked up ass life. Like I said, staying in the West, being broke is the worst thing, man. Just being broke is the worst thing, and not being able to live life like you want to live. Motherfuckers go get the bag because they want to live life the way they want to live it. Because life is short. You know, life is short, man. Some motherfuckers they get comfortable with being broke and not chasing a dream. You feel me? They spend their whole life not doing nothing. They get to be sick. They get to be 60 and don't have shit. And some people just stay poor their whole entire lives. They never ever get to see the bag. They go to their grave without seeing none of that. They didn't want it bad enough, you know what I mean? They didn't care about riches, man. You got motherfuckers out there who don't care about riches, who don't care about money. They comfortable with just getting by barely their whole entire life. As my parents, man, they was comfortable with being poor. With being broke and dusty, man. That shit for the birds, literally, man. You feel me? So I say be competitive, shit, man. Compete. Like I said, when you trying to become an actor or something like that, you're competing for the role, man. It's gonna be about who's gonna do the role the best. So you go try out. Just like the next man, he gonna try for that role. I'm the best guy. I'm gonna be the best Joker or the best Batman or the best Superman or whatever. So you take turns acting it out. Whoever acts it out the best is gonna win the part. It's competitive for everything, even music industry, man. The music industry has always been competitive. Not everybody makes it in the music industry, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody makes it in the music industry. Who could come with the best rhymes and shit? Who could come with the best beats? You know, Jay-Z knew he had to compete, man. Jay-Z was sub 5. And he still is sub 5. But he knew he had to come be the best in music. You feel what I'm saying? That's why he used to drive himself crazy inside the studio all day long. You know, trying to figure out what beat to put with his lyrics or whatever. Just driving himself crazy because he knew he had to win. He was just being the best that he could be. In this society, bro, they made it where you cannot fail, man. You feel me? They made it where if you fail, you suffer. You fail, you suffer forever. You achieve, you have a better life. Simple as that. So there's no room for failure, man. You cannot afford to fail. You cannot afford to fail, bro. And then the thing is, you can't get lazy. You can't afford to not chase the bag. You can't afford to not do that. There's gonna be a penalty for that. There's punishment for that. And the females call it broken dusty. It's called broken dusty. That's what the penalty is about, bro. That's what the penalty is. You know what I mean? Broke and dusty. When the words broke and dusty come out of a female mouth, that means you losing, man. You know, I mean, you losing in life. You don't winning. You feel me? You're broke. You're dusty. You know, that's what they be calling you, man, when you losing in life. They got a word for loser men, bro. It's called broken dusty. Matter of fact, it's 2 words. It's not just 1 word, it's 2 words. You know, female call you broke and dusty, man. Just some words that hurt your ears, man. Being called broke and dusty, man. That's why guys go out there and that's why guys go out there and achieve shit, man. They go out there and they chase the bag. They chase the money. But I don't know, man. You know, this is the way it is, man. Like, you know, they make it nearly impossible to achieve stuff. But it's possible, but it's hard, you know. No homo. The thing is, let me tell you something real quick. You better not have a doubt in your mind that you can't achieve nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You better not. Don't let them tell you cannot achieve anything. You're better than that, man. All this uploading crybaby videos is not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? All this uploading crybaby videos is not gonna work. Man, that girl done popped the balloon. The first one and the last one of that video with the guy who came out looking like a black sideshow Bob. And he was capping on them and stuff. Talk about, oh yeah, I like a woman that's into fitness here. The first and last girl was cute. Yeah, man, so get your grind on, compete with other men, do what you gotta do. Just by me chasing jackpots, that's competing right there. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. All right, man. I'm sorry, smacking in y'all ear, man. Some of you guys are, can you finish your food first before you make a video? I'm sorry, man. It's tradition, bro. I gotta smack in your ear just one time. You feel me? Like I said, man, it's a highly competitive world, man. You're competing with the best of the best. You know, some guys, it's so competitive in the West that some guys became passport bros. Yeah, I don't want to compete against Shad and Tyrone, and in the West, you just nearly invisible. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's highly competitive over here. You know, I feel really tired right now. I'm about to go get an energy drink to myself because I need some caffeine at this point in my life right now. You feel me? You're competing with the Pookies and Ray Rays. You know what I'm saying? It's like competitive, man. And not everybody's competing, but there's a gang of men out here competing, bro. They say, nah, I'm not gonna be taking in the leftovers and the scraps. You're gonna be taking in the leftovers and the scraps. I'm gonna get this bag and I'm gonna have a good life. I'm not gonna struggle all 80 years. You know? Or struggling all 80 years. You kidding me? I hope they got that strawberry Rockstar in here. Probably not. And some men don't want to compete. Okay, fine. You better have a rich family. You know. Some motherfuckers got it at an early age, man, that they gotta compete. At an early age, they start when they're young. They start out young competing because their mama and daddy or their daddy got behind them and taught them how to compete. You know. That's what it is. There we go. That's what I was looking for. You feel me? What's up with it? Yeah.
Strawberry, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Got it for you, bro.
Appreciate it.
$3.
Let me get two fantasy separate.
Look.
Thank you, man. Thanks. That's my favorite rock star. Oh, man. I need some caffeine for sure. So we gotta compete, man. That's the way it is, the way life is, man, you know. You live in a very competitive world. Everybody's trying to get laid. All the men are trying to get laid. They're trying to get as many women as they possibly can. You know. So dudes self-improve just so they can get women, bro. Their main motivation, our main motivation is women. The motivation comes from females. Why dudes going out there getting bags and stuff like that, the main motivation so they can impress women. You know, main motivation they keep pushing is to impress women to be seen, to be known, like a celebrity, man, or a basketball star. He liked the feel from the crowd every time he makes a shot. It gives him a fucking adrenaline rush. You know, he thrive off that. Being out there on that court and females watching him play and stuff. You know, he thrive off that shit, bro. My nephew thrive off of it. Every time he make a shot and the crowd go wild, it gives him an adrenaline rush. It gives him an adrenaline rush. You feel what I'm saying? It's like drugs. Power, money, and fame is like drugs. You gotta have it. You feel what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers get a rush or a dopamine hit just by thinking about having power and money. You know? You feel what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers, they gotta have control. They gotta have money. They gotta have power. It makes them feel good. Cause it, like, to some people, like, money and power is not important. So, you know, that's not their main objective. You feel what I'm saying? For some men, they think, oh, forget about that money and power. Forget about it. I'm not gonna chase after it. But then, you know, the motherfuckers who don't chase after the bag or nothing like that, the motherfuckers who don't chase after the bag, they the ones have the worst lives and shit. And the motherfuckers who do get the bag, they got the best life. You know, it's all about chasing the bag, man, and having a better life, especially with females. Especially with females. That's why you chase the bag, to get a better life, bro. It's just like, who wouldn't want to have a better life with women, bro? You know, I break up with my girlfriend, I get another one, like, right away. I don't have to, like, go out to no bar and club and chase females and try to get some coochie or something like that. I lose a girlfriend, I can replace her right away. That's the type of life you want to live. You don't want to live in a vulnerable position, like you just, you know, you don't want to live in a vulnerable position. You don't want to be in a position where, like, people got control over you and stuff. Now I see why dudes become, like, record producers and multi-millionaire techie guys and motherfuckers who just, they're in charge of their own life. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nobody telling them what to do and shit. You know, they're not going to be deprived of women. They don't want to have droughts. You feel what I'm saying? You know? So it's like, yeah. And that's it, man. You know, that's it. Because living life without females in your life, yeah, I said that right. Living without females in your life is a life of hell. Just like Savvy guys say, right? You see how he always talking about a life of hell, because he ain't got no women in his life. He's sub 5, man. He below average looking, so yeah, he gonna have a harder time with women than all of us. Dudes who are just average looking or whatever. He gonna have a hard time with women. His main thing should be getting the bag. Like Tyrese, the guy's below average looking. He got beady eyes, and, you know, he had to go out and get that bag, man. You know what? The most guys who got the most money are the average and below average looking dudes. The Chads and Tyrones, yeah, you'll get them every now and then. They got a bag or two. But most motherfuckers who got the bag are average and below average dudes, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because it is harder to get women uh, um, being average and below average looking. Average guys go through droughts. I mean, average men can find women. You feel what I'm saying? But it's harder. You know, you know, like Chad or Tyrone. You like these guys. You know, they got no problem getting females. You know, these are the highly sought after guys. You know what I'm saying? Like women just faint. Just they just faint just by being in front of these guys. Okay, the fucking Jeremy Meeks, Chad Rome, Tyson Bedford, Genuine from the old school R&B singer. You know, these are all the Tyrones. You know, that are at the top of the food chain with looks. So these type of dudes, they don't have any problem attracting a female. They'll always have a girlfriend. They'll always be, not struggling. You feel what I'm saying? They'll always not be, always be with a female. The average guy, he gonna have droughts. He gonna be struggling throughout his whole entire life, especially because of Tinder and Bumble, all these dating websites and shit like that. Like, you're gonna struggle. So that's why dudes say, man, I'm gonna chase this bag, bro. You get tired of struggling. Then when you get the bag, life is easy, you know? You don't struggle getting women. You don't struggle getting cars. You don't struggle getting boats, if that's your thing. You don't struggle getting private jets. You feel what I'm saying? You don't struggle getting none of that shit. That's why guys go out and they accomplish things at all costs. Some guys don't get that. They don't think that they gotta achieve something, for females to fuck with them, bro. Like short ball guy, he gotta achieve something, or he gonna have a life of hell. A savvy guy, he gotta achieve something, or he gonna have a life of hell, man. That's what they call it when they not living with females, or females are not in their life. A life of hell. I guarantee if Savvy Guy became top tier like overnight, it'd be a life of heaven. It wouldn't be a life of hell, it'd be a life of heaven, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's why you gotta make sure you achieve things and long-term goals. I tell motherfuckers this all the time. Long-term goals is what you're after, bro. Long-term goals. That means it doesn't matter how long it takes for me to get to that goal. I gotta get there, or I'm going to spend the rest of my life struggling. Okay, so it means the meaning long-term means like 1 to 5 years, or even 1 to 10 years. Long-term is that's what I mean. 1 through 10 years, for you to accomplish that goal, man. It shouldn't take you no more than 10 years to reach success, And it's an everyday struggle and grind, man, to get it. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of resistance, but if you stay on your persistent path, you'll get it eventually. You feel what I'm saying? You'll get that shit eventually. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. You feel me? I believe if you don't do anything, if you don't accomplish anything, man, if you don't accomplish anything, you're just gonna have a basic or simple life, or you might end up old and alone by yourself. Sucks, man, but that's the way it is, man. Like, I didn't invent the world, man. The world invented itself. Matter of fact, men invented the world. Shit. You know? Men invented the world. And they set the standards. You know, either you get the bag or you're gonna get punished. You feel me? You know, either get the bag or you get punished. That's the way it is. Anyway, man, let's get up out of here, man. I'm in the shade because it's kind of hot. But my God. Oh yeah, this is the best one right here. That's the best Rockstar out of all of them. My shit might be glitching, man. It's only a few people in here, man. That's all I see, man. I know the thing up there is glitching, bro. All right, let's get up out of here. Hellcat tired. I don't feel like doing anything today. I feel like taking a nap. Boy, let me tell you something. If I knew, if I would have known what I know today, I would have gotten that bag in my 20s. I would have been more serious. You know, I would have been more smart and serious. But life has taught me a lot, man. It's either you achieve something or you're gonna have a horrible life. People are gonna look down at you, you know, if you don't achieve anything. You know, people are gonna look down at you. People are not gonna be around, won't be around you. You know, I guarantee if I would have got that bag, I wouldn't be by myself right now. You feel me? If I would have got that bag in my 20s, you know, I wouldn't be here by myself. I'd be surrounded by people. Surrounded by beautiful women, fancy cars, lobster, steak, and shrimp dinners. You feel what I'm saying? I would have been surrounded by that. But since I lost, I got punished for that shit, bro. You know? Meaning you're gonna spend your life alone, man. Boy, like I said, I wish I could jump inside a time machine right now and go back into time, man. What time is it? 9:29. Yeah, I would have been more serious. I would have been like, hurry up, fool. We don't got time to waste. I would never have went to no bar or no club or nothing. I would have stayed in the studio trying to make a hit, you feel what I'm saying? And staying focused and shit. Oh well. Those days are over. K. Crowd with spilled milk. You feel what I'm saying? You always stay focused and never give up on your goals and stuff, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, always stay focused and then never give up. Never give up, bro. give up, that's the worst thing you can do. Let me tell you that right now, man. You know, you give up, it's the worst that you can do. But then, you're just gonna get punished for it, man. You feel me? They punish people like that, bruh. People who give up on their dreams and just become a manager at a store somewhere, or, you know, a truck driver, which is good work. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, you know, but you could be more than that, you know, if you believe. You know what I'm saying? You could be more than that. You feel me? Damn, I wish I would have had. Man, whatever. You live and learn, man. You get older, you get wiser, and then you look back and you say, man, I wish I never had done that. That's why us guys, when we get older, we become more wiser. We become wiser, bro. That wisdom kick in because you don't live a little bit more life, and you see where you went wrong, you know, and you recognize your mistakes, you know, in the past. And you're like, man, I wish I had never had did that. I wish I would have had stayed up on my grind and stayed focused all the way through instead of getting distracted by women chasing females. And now you older, you more serious about your shit, but you already done wasted a lot of your life. A decade went by. Matter of fact, 2 decades went by. And you're still in the same spot because you didn't stay focused. You couldn't leave those females alone. You couldn't leave the bar life alone. You feel what I'm saying? It's kind of like a bodybuilder life, man. The bodybuilders, they gotta stay strict with their eating, or they're not gonna win. They gotta stay disciplined with their eating, or they're gonna lose. You feel me? So it's the same thing, man. You get distracted, man. It can cost you everything. Just like Shannon Sharp. He took his eyes off the prize, man. Got distracted. It cost him everything. He was like, booty is more important than my career. Once he did that, that fucked his life up, man. He started putting booty first. Like, oh, nah, man, don't put booty first. Put put the money first, man. Your career and stuff, you know? Nah, the women will be added to you, man. Some guys don't get that, you know? Once you get the bag, the women will come. The women will be added to you. You got what they say in the Jehovah's Witness, seek the kingdom first, and everything else will be added to you. You feel what I'm saying? Seek the money first, seek the bag first, and everything will be added to you. You gotta go by that, man. Tyrese, he crying about fake love and stuff, but at least he not alone. At least he's getting top tier women. I don't know why he complaining, because I don't hear nobody else complaining but him. His own woman, Zelly, dissed him online. I saw a video when she dissed him, man. She told him straight to his face that that's not her type. She told him straight to her. She told him straight to his face, "You're not my type." And he was like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" He got emasculated by his own woman online, man.
Wait.
In front of everybody. Like, Tyrese, bro, you a Ford, but you got money though, you know. So they gonna deal with you because you got that lifestyle. You could give them a better lifestyle, you know. You know, that's what you gotta do, man. Better than living a life of hell, you know. Being by yourself all the time, man, that's a life of hell, man. You feel me? You see how long it's taking me to get the bag? I mean, damn, it's not an easy task for me, but I know it's possible. But I'm consistent though. That's what's gonna overcome the odds, man. You know, I don't plan on, stopping anytime soon, or at all. I don't plan on stopping. The bag is important to your life as a man, bro. Don't forget that, man. You know, the bag is way important. Way important. And if you don't get the bag, I'm afraid, Rocky 5, I'm afraid you're gonna watch the parade go by. You're gonna be watching the parade go by, man. While everybody else is inside the parade, you watching the parade go by from your living room window. You know. He like, God damn, look at all that booty in that parade. You can't have none of it. You just watching that goddamn parade go by. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't stop the parade. You can't join the parade. Nah, you just watching that shit go by, bro. Instead of being part of the parade. You know? Getting up earlier. Brushing your teeth earlier, washing your face earlier, getting dressed earlier, beating the man to the next punch, man. You know, trying to beat the other man to the next punch. That's all you gotta do, man, is compete, bro. That's all it is. I wish I would have known this when I was younger, man. Like I said, I think I was too immature to understand competing, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was too immature. I lacked a lot of wisdom. You feel me? And I just wasn't fit for that task, man. That's what it was. I get older and the bag, I swear, man, the bag means a whole lot more to me right now in my 40s than it did in my 20s. You know? It means a lot to me, man. You know? After a while, when you get a certain age, women see you as a sugar daddy. You know? Females in their 20s. Anything over 30 for a man is a sugar daddy, bro. If you're over 30, you automatically are a sugar daddy. I don't care what they say out here, man. They see you as old after 30. Soon as you get old, bro, you feel me? Soon as you get up to 30, they see you as old. Anything over 30 is a dinosaur, bro. To them. To the young females. Yeah, the 22, 23-year-olds, you over 30, you are a dinosaur. You are a T-Rex. You are ancient. That's what they used to say back in the day. Like when we were younger, we used to use that word, man, you hella ancient, bro. You hella ancient. That means you hella old, bro. You get to be 20, you get to be 30, 35, now you old. I remember I was in the bed, and I done told this story time and time again, but I got some new subscribers, right? But I remember being in the bed with this young female. I was 32 years old. I think she was like 22 or something like that. And I guess I wasn't stroking it right, or something like that from behind. We was having sex. I don't know, like, she just all of a sudden blurted out, "Oh, come on, don't do that grandpa stuff on me." I was like, "Grandpa? I'm only 32. Grandpa. She knew I was an older dude. But I look good, though. You know what I'm saying? So, in her eyes, you know. So, I guess I wasn't stroking it hard enough or something. And at the time, I wasn't in shape. I was just getting back into shape. You know? And she's like, "Come on, don't do that grandpa stuff on me." I'm like, "Damn, grandpa. I'm 32 and I'm already a grandpa." You know, that grandpa. She said it, bro. And I was like, shit. I'm getting old. But if it was me now, being in shape right now, I'll be tear that ass up. I'll be done tore that ass up. You feel what I'm saying? So competing, yes, guys. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to compete if you want a better life. No room for laziness. You know, they punish the lazy, bro. You know, like Savvy Guy, he was talking about, society doesn't reward good people or whatever. Nah, society doesn't reward lazy people. That's the correct thing right there. That's the correct way of saying it. You know? That's the correct way of saying it. Be lazy, man, they're gonna punish that ass, man. You feel me? They're gonna punish that ass. Anyway, man, I'm about to end this live. I'm really tired for some reason today. I feel like I'm talking outside of my body or some shit like that. I feel weird today right now. I feel weird. I feel extra tired. I don't know what it is, man, right now. You know. I feel really tired. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna take a little nap or something like that. Maybe that might make me feel better. Maybe not. Maybe later. I'll probably take a nap after I fly my sign or something like that. Feel lightheaded. Anyway, you guys have a good day, man. I'm out. I gotta fly my sign. Peace. I'm out.